Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back to another market closing live stream. The market is hunting. The stock market is desperately hunting for opportunity in this market. And right now, the stock market is big old risk on, but it's not risk on for everything. There's this transitory risk on nature of the market that's happening right now. And it's something to keep in mind if you are investing, especially in some of these swing trades. Folks, Zom blasted off today, 15%. Dick's Sporting Goods came out with 13% after better earnings than expected. Naked Brand up 10%. But all of a sudden, we've got this market hunting for opportunity where opportunity felt like it was lost. The market is finally investing in SPACs again. Take a look at this. Tattooed Chef up from a low of $15.80 and back just over 20 yet. $20 and approximately 50 cents. This is pretty common what Tattooed Chef does. Falls down and then runs right back straight up over $20. DraftKings, it's another one. We've also got Playboy over here, another SPAC. SPACs and higher risk opportunities are finally getting attention again in this market, and that's because we have a market that's hunting for yield. It's a market that has a disdain for risk in terms of well, I should say not a disdain for risk. I should say a disdain for poor earnings, but a love for momentum. We see this time and time again. You get poor earnings, whether it's Pinterest or Nordstrom, it doesn't matter. Companies sink to new lows and they struggle. They stay there. But risk has been really weird the last few days. We have seen Arcimoto run and then Arcimoto collapse, like today. It's down 3.75%. We've seen Newegg run and then collapse, presently down 4.63%. We've seen DD run, making us think, oh, maybe running the DD and Chinese stock recovery is going to be a big opportunity. And then when the next day we see it U-turn. It's the same thing we're seeing with other stocks as well. Here, for example, let's go ahead and take a look at AMC. AMC today is on its third day going up. Yesterday it was up over 20% with GameStop up 20. I'm sorry, yesterday AMC was up 20% with GameStop up 27%. And the market continues. I'm sorry. Let's get to AMC. This is AM. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. AMC is down today. So let's actually look at the right chart. So AMC had this incredible run for the last couple days here. And now we're getting red. We're down about 0.5%. Despite starting the day off pretty nicely and euphorically here for a couple moments, we're red again on AMC. And in my opinion, part of this is because the market is really looking for trader risk. It's hunting for trader risk, not long-term fundamental risk. So you're seeing a lot of traders move from stock to stock, waiting for them to take off. I personally think that's why we're seeing takeoffs in things like metamaterials. So for example, the other day I bought a few $100,000 of a particular stock that I think over the next 3-4 months is going to be doing phenomenally. And that particular stock, I also bought a call option in for October, which been kind of, excuse me, I've been kind of anti-call options because of the theta decay, especially on something that's 5 weeks out. So after it ran intraday, I on a $50,000 option quickly took an $11,000 profit. I should have sold it earlier because at one point it was around a $20,000 profit, which would have been awesome. But still took that profit. And so I'm looking for those sorts of opportunities. And anytime, obviously, I do buy or sell, I send out alerts to those of you in the Stocks and Psychology Money group. Link down below. Coupon code expiring on the 31st of August. And that's Jack's birthday. But it's very interesting to me that even things like this, look at this very good food company, something that used to be like a $6 stock and has been plummeting, coming straight down. There we go. Is now up 7.5%. As again, the market is looking for downtrodden stock opportunities. And then capturing those on the way out and trading out of them. So that's why I think we have a little bit of potentially this everything rally coming up in September or October. I think part of it is really an opportunity to look for an easy way to make quick gains or quick profits. That doesn't surprise me. Let's go ahead and hop on over here to this chip shortage talk because the market is kind of bored of this stuff, but I want to listen to it for a second.
Really is there if you can withstand the volatility within the ETF.
Let's get to Dick's Sporting Goods, scoring big gains today following its earnings, which were before the bell. The retailer posted a beat on both the top and bottom line, as well as raising its full-year forecast. It also announced a special dividend of $5.50 per share and a 21% increase in its quarterly dividend. A nice move to the upside, 13% or so. What's your take, summing up, Lindsay, of all of the various retailers of late? Are we net encouraged by what we're seeing from retail earnings?
Yeah, I really was encouraged by what I saw from retail earnings. The majority of them beat both on top line and bottom line. They had much better than expected margin expansion, which I think surprised a lot of people. A lot of them raised guidance. And then you had some of these higher quality names like the Dick's Sporting Goods or the Macy's, where you saw them, in Macy's case, reinstate its dividend and initiate a new buyback program. Dick's Sporting Goods raising, like you said, their buyback program and initiating a special dividend and getting their yield to 4%. So to me, these retailers aren't doing that unless they think that the strength of the consumer that we've seen over the last several months is here to stay, especially into the holiday selling.
That's a good point. Expecting that strength in retail to continue, which is something we've been seeing from institutions or hedge funds, is that they do expect retail to continue and the retail spending, to continue, but they do not expect travel to continue as hard or strong as what we have seen really throughout the Delta variant's surge here. I mean, look at Israel, for example, some of the highest vaccination and all of a sudden rates, and all of a sudden now you have this explosion in cases of Delta. So there's a lot of nervousness in the market right now. It wouldn't surprise me, though, actually, to see a little bit of a move on Pinterest. We've really been moving up since $51 here about 4 or 5 days ago. $56, not a bad place, in my opinion, for Pinterest. I'm going to go ahead and look out here. See, it really puts us right around our May pricing here. I do think that Pinterest is a wonderful company. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not the biggest fan of options. I'm going to take a quick peek at some of the options that we have here. It's obviously a green day. It's up 1.7% here. But let's see, if you went into something like an in-the-money option here, like a 55, you'd really be paying somewhere around $6.20 for the shares. I think this would be a little stressful. I'd probably honestly rather just buy shares. And so I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, just go ahead and put 50K onto Pinterest. Okay, ready? Let's go ahead and do that. And boom. All right, there you go. I don't have any Pinterest shares right now in Webull, but now I do. So I'm going to make a quick little note of that. And because remember, every time I send a transaction note, I post that. So I just bought 890 shares of pins at 56,170 long. All right, perfect. We do have the closing bell coming up in a minute and a half. All right, so let's see what else we have. We have a minute and a half left on the closing day here. Yeah, Shopify is another one that I'm also kind of interested in watching here. Shopify, but they've had this incredible rally already. So you're not really getting an opportunity, in my opinion, on Shopify. And that's not to say it's a bad stock at all. It's a great company. I love it, love it, love it. But it's not one that if I own very little in it, but I don't know that I own any of it. But I don't know that I would buy on that right now. Tesla at 7-Eleven again, very nice. Tesla's been very range bound though. It'd be nice to see Tesla run again to like 800 or something like that. And I think that could happen here in September to October. So Penn National Gaming doing pretty well as well. DraftKings, nice. How's our crypto doing? Crypto seems to be in the middle of the charts today. Dogecoin sitting at 29. What's this? Cardano at 273. Not some of the lowest numbers we've had. And Ethereum's been stuck at 3,200 for quite a while. Bitcoin sitting at 48.7. I wouldn't be surprised for it to be range bound for a while, especially as traders and investors focus heavily right now on buy the dip opportunities in the stock market. That's what we're seeing there yesterday. Yeah, look at TDOC for a second.
44.97 is your level. Financials, the best performers. Energy's up there too. It's been a winner all week. Industrials, materials, consumer discretionary.
Can't hear you, Sarah. I thought you guys learned the lesson that you don't talk during this time. But whatever, I'll do it. The Dow Jones up 0.12, S&P up 0.22, almost 0.25% there. NASDAQ up 0.15, Russell 2000 0.39, and that's it. That is the closing bell.
Welcome to the closing bell, everyone. I'm Wilfred Frost, along with Sarah.
Breaking news. What's the breaking
and
news?
Mike Santoli,
Record high.
Senior markets commentator. The Dow.
It's like boring breaking news. Oh my gosh, S&P 500 and NASDAQ record close. It's just literally been every single day that we have this breaking news. It's kind of like they're wearing out breaking news. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Okay, let's go and look at TDOC for a minute. So I'm going to pull up the terminal. I want to look at the finances of TDOC. I'm also going to look at, and this is brief, but you know, I mean, I'm not going to go 2 hours deep here right now. But I do have concerns about TDOC, especially since, you know, we're going into more of this get back outside thing. But I think TDOC, you know, the recent TDOC, I think is really an opportunity to convince people to use Teladoc. That the COVID pandemic really maybe accelerated the adoption of TDOC rather. What's the TDOC website? Teladoc. I imagine it should just be Teladoc, right? I don't know. I've never used it. Yeah, it is Teladoc. Oh, that's interesting. It's TELA. I thought it is like teleport. I thought it would have been like telephone, like TELE. That's interesting. Not that that matters at all, but I just wanted to mention it. So, so let's look at Teladoc's web traffic a little bit here. So Teladoc's web traffic is sitting at, it's sitting up for August, which is good. So we're out of this hole of, let's see, June. The second quarter would have ended right here. This was the second quarter. It's probably, I wonder if it's going up because of COVID, honestly. Wouldn't be a surprise. More people getting sick. But this was pretty low here on web traffic. Let's see here. Recently, in the past 90 days, I believe this is. Let's see here. Yep, in the last 90 days, we have had more page views per user. We have had bounce rate that's down 18% and a 10% increase on time on a website. Let's go to trends. Trends. Teladoc. Let's go out 5 years here. Obviously, a pandemic should boost this. We are at relative strength. We're at a low relative strength. We're at between 32 and 18 right now. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be getting overly punished. But then again, 18 is really what the company was doing relative strength-wise in 2019. So 2019, this thing was trading for, oh my gosh, like pennies compared to where it is now. Yeah, I mean, look at this. In 2019, this stock was trading for, I don't know what, 84, 85 or something like that. And even though it's come down substantially from its highs of up to 300, it's right now sitting at 152. 152. It's approximately almost a May low. Sorry, it's not at 152. It's at 144. Almost at a May low. I mean, yeah, it's been beat up like crazy, but it makes you wonder if its website traffic is potentially going down to 2019 levels. Does that mean revenues would potentially go down to those levels, right? I like TDOC. Don't get me wrong. I like TDOC. But let me go to, let me look at their financials. I want to see what growth we're pricing in. Oh, not today. What? Hey, remember, 420. Cheers. Financial analysis. All right, so TDOC has a market cap of like $23 billion. Oh my gosh, that's much larger than expected. We have 2023, still not going to be profitable for a while here. Not really going to be profitable until 2024. 2024, we expect to be profitable with $2 in EPS, puts it at about 70 times 2024 earnings. And that puts it over, that's almost, okay, well, 2025 would put it around 284, 144 divided by 284. That puts us around 50. That's kind of like an NVIDIA or Tesla. And with 28, 24, 26, and 21% growth expected, it still feels a little pricey, honestly. in my opinion, still, look, I think it can recover. But I think, I think it'll do well if we have a rally, because I think everything's going to go up. Rising tide lifts all ships. I don't know if it's something that I personally would have the conviction to be in. And that's one of my problems, or it's not really a problem. It's just a human problem. If you don't personally have conviction, then you're not going to hang on to the thing during the bad times. And that's the worst time to sell. It's when you're dumping stuff during the bad times, right? Let's look at some of the other things that we haven't. Tony, I want to prepare for the debate. What do you think I've been doing all day? But you think I'm going to forsake you? You think I'm going to give up on you just because I have a debate? You think I'm going to leave you? I wouldn't do that. Nobody works harder than Kevin. That's how I got 99 fishing. All right. Etsy. Oh, man. Etsy went up to a high of 203 today. Wow. Down about 1% at after. So Tattooed Chef, good job getting back to that 20 range. Robin Hood hit 50 today, dropped back down. Redfin Redfin's really one I don't understand. I just don't understand why Redfin's getting beat up the way it is. I like Redfin, but I don't understand. I'm not a singer. This is when I bought a lot of Redfin. I remember buying it like up to where it was like 30. I just loaded the boat right around this range here. I like Redfin. It's a great way to diversify. I got enough shares of it. I'm not like jumping up and down to add to it. And y'all know I've been a little bit more aggressive on shares, get a little more nervous with call options. Call option, like shares give me no nervousness. Zero nervousness. Like there's zero stress. And if you don't like stress of like the options, or like, oh my gosh, the theta decay, it's killing me, just buy the dip. Buy the dip with shares. If you want to have the the leverage of options, and buy twice as many shares as you wanted to. That works for leaps. If you're getting like weekly call options, it's hard to replicate that leverage, because some of the leverage is like 10x. It's insane. But that's the problem when you look at like the Reddit section of wins and losses. It's all options. Scary and dangerous. Don't do such things. Although if you're going to do such things, at least follow the stocks we talk about, or the strategies we talk about in Stocks and Psychology of Money, which is linked down below. You can get 40% off using coupon code Jack's birthday that expires August 31st. And of course, make sure to get yourself a free stock with Public worth all the way up to $70. All the way up to $70. You can get a stock at public.com by going to metkevin.com/public. They will not buy or sell your information, unlike other brokers. And you could follow me on their social portion of their platform by going to Meet Kevin on the Public app. But again, go to metkevin.com/public to download that app and get a free stock. Let's look at Box, by the way. Box just reported earnings. I just saw CNBC had it up. Usually I beat CNBC, but I also wasn't paying attention to doing earnings. I do want to see Box, though. I'm very interested in that. Oh, we have Salesforce reporting today, too. Oh, that's so cool. Box sees adjusted EPS of 20 cents to 21 cents. The estimate was 20. Good. We have revenue of $214 million. How does Box get $214 million? My goodness. Forecast is slightly up, which is good. Box sees fiscal revenue slightly up. That's good. Okay, so we got a beat here. And we got a beat on second. We got adjusted EPS coming in at 21 cents versus 18 expected. That's a beat. Snowflake today. Oh, there's a lot reporting today. How fun. And Salesforce. Salesforce deserves to run. They have not run in a while. And I don't mean run for governor. All right, Salesforce is out, folks. Salesforce, here we go. Snowflake customers come in at 4,990 versus the expected 4,959. So not that big of a beat. Revenue comes in at 272 million versus 257 expected. That's nice. That's like a 10, that's less than 10% gain there. 10 to 8% gain on or beat on rev. Product rev came in at 254 million versus 240 expected. Operating margin came in at negative 8% versus negative 16% quarter on quarter. Snowflake, after beating estimates, drops 3.8% in the post market. Of course it does. Product revenue forecast in Q3 expected to be 280 to 285 versus 271 expected. That's good. Operating margin negative 7%. sees fiscal year operating margin at 9% to the downside, negative 9%, but that is better than the expected negative 17%. Snowflake here still falling. Wait a minute, sorry. Snowflake now going up. Wait, Snowflake shares dropped 3.8%. Snowflake reverses post-market decline, gains 3.9% now. That's funny. I think Snowflake will do nice and well. It's good. CRM. Oh, it's all right, Marty. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying that. Let's look at Salesforce, which is up 3% in the after hours. We have Salesforce fiscal year revenue at $26.2 billion, expected to $26.3 billion. Salesforce Q2 revenue was up 23% year over year, up to $6.34 billion. That's incredible. Wow. Increasing fiscal year revenue guidance. That's incredible. We have a loss per share of 5 to 6 cents expected in the next quarter. We have, this is fiscal year. I want Q2. Q2 EPS comes in at 148 versus 92 cents expected. Really, really good. Q3 current remaining performance obligation around 22%. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. We're up 3% in the after hours. Good job. Q2 cash on hand at $9.65 billion. Holy moly. Salesforce beats EPS by 55 cents and beats on revenue. Here comes tech. Here comes the tech. All right. Really good. What else? Oh, you know what I'd like to see is Ulta to see some retail sales. Yeah, retail. Ulta Beauty. Piton reports tomorrow. All right, Ulta. Okay, yeah, they already reported. 8 minutes. What's in 8 minutes? No. 420 is 420 is in 3 hours and 8 minutes. We're gonna use it's 420 Pacific time, folks. 420 Pacific. I mean, I guess you could start tweeting earlier if you wanted to, but the point is 420 Pacific. That'd be 7:20 p.m. Ulta Beauty comp sales up 56% versus an estimate of 44.8. I mean, this is going into the pandemic, so I get it. But wow, good job. I mean, year over year, I probably wouldn't compare them year over year. I'd compare them quarter to quarter would be nice. That's what I would do. Yeah, wow. EPS for the second quarter comes in at $4.56 versus last year. How can you attend a debate? Well, you could write this down, okay? It's the KCRA3 debate. KCRA3 debate in Sacramento. I'm going to put that up on screen here. I have no idea how you can watch it, but I expect there will be a link somewhere. Oh, look, the Associated Press just tweeted, tonight, another recall debate, but this time it features Democrat Real Meat Kevin. I'm interested to see how much he focuses on his policy difference with the other three versus how much time he spends focused on Newsom. Well, who says I'm going to focus on either of those? Maybe I'm going to focus on someone else. Who knows what I'm going to do? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay, some people know. Yes. All right, cool. All right, folks. Get your free stock with Public by going to metcavin.com/public. Get your amazing programs linked down below where I send alerts every time I buy or sell, whatever. And I want to go doing lots of buying over the next few weeks, especially if we see this rally continue. I'm going to be buying dips or press stocks, ideally before they run. And I'm going to go now. Jen Psaki just said in the White House press briefing that Biden will campaign for Gavin Newsom. Thoughts? Bring it on. I'll be there. All right, folks, we'll see you later. Interrupt people all night like Trump. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work well. But anyway, it's going to be fun. Goodbye, my friends. Wish me luck.